What is going on, everyone? I've changed. Broads has changed, and this is what I'm talking about. I believe that Mike Trout will be a Philadelphia Philly. And before I hear all you guys run into the comment section and say, Broads, what did I tell you before? And this is the difference. Before, it was, hey, let's not worry about Bryce Harper. He wants too much money. He wants to be in L.A. Screw him. He's taking too long. He doesn't want to be in Philadelphia. Let's not think about Bryce Harper. Let's just wait 2 years down the road to get Mike Trout. That was the argument. That was what I disagreed with. I said, bull to that. Let's get Bryce Harper now and screw the Mike Trout thing. Stop putting in your head that Mike Trout is the answer in 2 years. I'm not waiting and waiting and waiting and not getting a star. But now things have changed. Now things have changed. After signing Bryce Harper, after hearing him name drop Mike Trout multiple times in his presser, after hearing him talk about how much money he's making on the books so we can actually attack other players and specifically one guy coming off the books in 2 years, I really do believe that Bryce Harper and Mike Trout have been talking. Now, I know they have been talking about Philadelphia in general. Like when Bryce Harper was thinking of making this decision, he reached out to Jason Worth and talked to him about Philly. He reached out to Mike Trout about it. Mike Trout and him are boys. And I really think that there was a conversation had about, hey, what do you want to do? Would you think about Philly in 2 years? I really do believe that that type of conversation was talked about between Bryce and Trout. Also, when it comes to MLB insiders and MLB reporters, there have also been some things in the news. And at this point, especially with what we just witnessed with all the fake news and fake garbage thrown out there during this contract situation and during this free agency, it's tough to believe anything ever said anymore. But Jim Bowden was one of those guys that said, the Phillies will be landing Bryce Harper, and he's rounding third base. Now, it took a little bit longer to come home from third base, without a doubt, but he said that, and it happened. Now, what I want to do here is I want you to take a listen. I want you to take a listen to Jim Bowden talking about Mike Trout and the situation of coming here in Philadelphia.
I think the Phillies did, Jody Mack, just a tremendous job in getting a player at $25 million a year when Machado got 30 and Greinke got 34 and Price got 31. That's a really good AAV. And by the way, the contract takes them the same age as Cano and Poles and Votto, and everyone's going to talk about how could you do it the last 3 years. Again, the way I view it, 10 years, $330 would have been a good deal at $33 a year. But 26 years is going to allow them to sign Mike Trout in 2 years. And they're going to sign Trout, by the way, in 2 years. Harper and Trout have been texting back and forth throughout this process. Harper reached out to Trout to ask him about the city of Philadelphia. Mike Trout and Harper are going to be on this team in 2 years.
You're making
just book
Philadelphia fans.
Oh no,
just
book
right
it.
Now.
No. Just get the cheesesteaks ready. Get the bill. You might as well start painting the billboards today because you're only 2 years away from that happening.
That's amazing. Now, that's amazing. Obviously, that doesn't confirm anything, but that's great to hear. It really is. I mean, someone like him who's been around the league, who's been involved in the league, and he nailed the Bryce Harper was coming to the Phillies and rounding third thing, it's nice to hear. It's nice to hear. But there's more than just that. There's more than just that. Jeff Passan, who's involved in, obviously, breaking news stories for the MLB, he was on 97.5 with Jason Martinez and Anthony Gargano the day the Bryce Harper news all came, and I think it was actually the day after because their show was already ended. This was a conversation to be talked about Bryce Harper and the excitement. Bryce Harper and the excitement. One of the things Jeff just throws out there, when are you guys getting the Mike Trout sounder? When are you guys getting the Mike Trout sounder? Talking about an alert system. So when Mike Trout signs with the Phillies, the big breaking news sirens. That's what he came onto the show and mentioned when it wasn't even supposed to be about that at all. He mentioned Mike Trout coming to the Phillies. I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, damn, this actually might be true. This actually might be true. I don't want to pour my whole entire heart and soul into it just in case I don't get upset. Now listen, just because he might hit the free agent market, right? The New York Yankees are going to be involved. The Chicago Cubs are going to be involved. The Dodgers are going to be involved. Boston might be involved. This is the best player in baseball. Yeah, everyone's going to be involved. Of course, the Millville, New Jersey thing, it has the ties. He's always at the Eagles game. Of course, it seems advantage Philadelphia. And adding Bryce Harper, advantage Philadelphia. So I know that there's going to be other teams and maybe even more money involved. Can we compete with what the Yankees can offer Boston? Like, there's a lot of things that can factor in here. But I still think that there's been discussion about actually landing this guy. There's a reason why Bryce took less AAV. Seriously, there is something going on right now, and I love it. I love it. I got a little gut feeling, a little tingling sensation that this could be a reality. So, Mike Trout and the negotiations with LA, hey, I don't want it. I don't want to talk about it right now. I don't want to talk about it during the season. And that gives not much leverage to the Angels. And the reported offer was 10 years, $350. Once again, at this point, I don't know what the hell I believe when it comes to the MLB. But that's not going to get it done. You think that's going to get it done? 10 years, $350? No. No. So then you get into the discussion of, okay, well, if LA knows they're going to lose him, they're probably going to trade him. You can think of it one of two ways. One, you can't let Mike Trout walk for nothing, right? So you're going to have to. If you realize he's not going to sign with you, you're going to have to make a trade eventually. So that could either hurt us or help us. Or two, you think of it and say, we can't lose him. How are we supposed to lose Mike Trout? We got to do everything to keep him. So there's one of two ways you can look at it for what the Angels are going to actually do when it comes down to that. I really do have that gut feeling, though. And for everyone who said Bryce Harper can't win, he can't lead a team to victory, look what he did with the Washington Nationals when he had all these opportunities. With all due respect, right? Mike Trout's no doubt the best player in baseball. Where is he taking the Angels? It's a team sport. It's a team sport. So don't give me the Bryce Harper stinks, he can't lead a team to this and that. And this is all outsider noise, just screaming and upset about Bryce Harper coming to Philly. But listen, everyone says and everyone believes that Mike Trout's the best player in baseball, and how come he gets no credit? He doesn't take his team anywhere either. So I'm just playing devil's advocate here for all the haters of Bryce Harper. I'm still rocking the headband. I'm still pumped up about it. It's unbelievable. The jersey sales breaking records in 24 hours. Insane amount of jersey sales. Insane amount of ticket sales. This guy's already made his $330 back for the damn Phillies organization, it seems. He's getting bad in practice going. It seems like this weekend he's going to be able to get his first nod as a DH in spring training. It's awesome. It is so awesome. On top of that, Jake Arrieta had a monster 3 innings in spring training. He looked good. He looked real good. Striking guys out. He looked solid. And on top of that, when you take a look at our back end of the rotation, which obviously everyone's concerned about 3, 4, 5, and even a little bit of Arrieta. So outside of Nola, no one really knows. But this defense that was the most hideous defense I've ever seen in my life last year has gotten significantly better. Up the middle with Segura. I mean, all around it's gotten better. McCutchen in the outfield, it's gotten better. Getting Reese out of left back to first. It's gotten insanely better. So it's going to help these pitchers at the 3, 4, 5, and even guys like Arrieta who lost a little bit of speed but relies on ground balls and his defense. So I'm just throwing that out there. And also I saw reports that Kimbrel has been in the talks now that everything's coming down with Manny and Bryce and all that. Kimbrel has been in the news, and it's possible that the Nats might go after him, possible that the Phillies might go after him. So keep that in mind. And if we want to stay with the starting pitching that we have right now, load up the bullpen, which I already think is pretty back end loaded anyway. But you pick up someone like Kimbrel, and then you might feel a little bit more comfortable with your 3, 4, 5. Because if Vince Velasquez can only go 4, okay, well then Sir Anthony Dominguez gets a little bit different of a role. David Robertson gets a little bit different of a role. And then Kimbrel shuts the lights out. It just comes down to how much money he's really going to get. And if he does go to the Nats, that just makes that pitching staff insanely more difficult than it already is. But realistically, I sit here and say, wow, my mood has changed on the Mike Trout thing when you just hear Bryce Harper talking about it, understanding how good of friends they really are, knowing that they discussed this type of move before he actually signed the contract. There's something there. There is something there. And you hear all these other MLB reporters talking about it, and you take it for what it is, because understanding how wrong majority of these reporters have been throughout this signing process of free agency, but you take it for what it is, like I said. But Jim Bowden also said the Phillies were rounding third with Bryce Harper. It took a little longer than rounding third, but he wasn't wrong. Jeff Passan has been breaking a lot of news lately and has been the Woj bomb. He's been that guy. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I haven't been this excited for a baseball season in years, and we got plenty more baseball videos to go here. I got a list of ideas for content when it comes to this squad leading up to opening day. So I am thrilled. I am thrilled. Obviously, if you couldn't tell, we're rocking the Bryce Harper headband every single day. Every day. Every day. Let me know your thoughts down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.